We've all heard about the Mongols, but how much do we really know?
This is why we're here, to teach you about the Mongol Empire. The Mongols before Genghis Khan were a nomadic tribe and were not unified.
That's right, with the help of Genghis Khan, the Mongols became the largest empire. They conquered nearly 12 million square miles of territory, nearly the size of Africa.
They conquered Eurasia and they also conquered North and South China. The Mongol Empire and the Roman Empire usually are compared with each other, reason being because of their great success as an empire, and for conquering tons of land. The Roman Empire conquered the same amount of land in 40 years, but the Mongol Empire only took 25 years.
See.
After Genghis Khan's death, he left four legacies. The first legacy was religious tolerance. Genghis Khan stayed true to his religion, which was shamanism. The second legacy was a written language. The third legacy was trade and craft. The fourth legacy was a legal code.
Like I said, Genghis Khan was a ruthless leader. He killed many people. Genghis Khan killed over 40 million people during his conquest. That's about 10% of the world's population during that era. That would be like eliminating all the people living in Poland plus 2 million more, or every single person in Australia twice. He was also very charismatic, and his innovations played a big part in becoming the leader that he was. Genghis Khan granted religious freedom.
Genghis Khan had really good tactics. One of his tactics was to portray as a weaker empire and had others attack them, then completely take over the attacking empire. They conquered Eurasia and they also conquered North and South China.
When the Mongols conquered China, they set up class systems. They classified the population into four groups: Mongols, Non-Han, Northern Chinese, and Southern Chinese. With this tactic, four lines of archers on horseback would fire an arrow. Then each of the archers in the front would go to the back of the line, and this would repeat until the enemy was cut down. The Fabian tactic is a military strategy where pitched battles and frontal assaults are avoided by misdirection. Each Mongolian warrior carried a battle axe and a curved sword known as the scimitar. Also, they carried a Mongolian recurved bow. The bow was used to fire from horseback, while the others were designed for ground attacks.
3. After the death of Genghis Khan, Ogedai Khan took Genghis Khan's spot until 1241. He kept expanding the empire. After his death, Kublai Khan took his spot until 1294. Ogedai Khan was the second great Khan of the Mongolian Empire. He continued the expansion of the empire until the invasion of Europe. He participated extensively in the conquest of western China and Central Asia. After his death, Kublai Khan took control. Kublai Khan conquered China and became the first emperor of the Yuan dynasty, of the Mongolian dynasty. Kublai Khan was a Mongol general and a statesman. Time for the open letter. It's an envelope. Did you know, during the Mongol Empire, Genghis Khan created one of the first international postal services? He created a formation of a mounted courier service known as a yam. The yam consisted of a well-organized series of post houses which stretched around the whole empire. This system can travel as far as 200 miles a day. This system was good for Genghis Khan because it acted as his eyes and ears. Mongol rule in Persia came into question with massive anarchy taking place. Also, the Black Death, which was widespread in Mongol territory before moving to Europe, and took the lives of millions. It hampered communication and trade with all the occupied areas of the empire. Due to this anarchy, many non-Mongol leaders came to fight for power, which eventually pushed the Mongols back. Eventually, China would rebel against them in 1368, which sent the Mongols retreating back to their homeland in Mongolia. The Black Death or the bubonic plague started in China, which was controlled by the Mongols. The plague started spreading throughout the trade routes, which were controlled by the Mongols. This led a big decline of trade throughout the years of 1350s and the 1360s. Trade was a big part in the Mongolian Empire because large income came from trading. It also killed millions of people and military leaders from this horrible disease. Yeah, you said what? Right. After learning about the Mongol Empire, do you think the Mongol Empire outshined the Roman Empire? Well, I guess it's time to leave, so thank you for listening and goodbye.